Don't like pain and suffering. Who likes pain and suffering? Maybe I'm not for you if you like pain and suffering. You know, I don't like pain and suffering. I've suffered in pain and everything. My whole goal is to use technology, use the knowledge and experience, and be here when they're paying. Okay? Be here when they're paying. Willis, I don't know anything about that.
Well,
I'm not
Tom,
a Star Wars person.
I would say this as a trader, you're going to deal with pain, but why suffer it? Step away from it and find a different angle.
Right. Yeah, pain and suffering, I call it pain and suffering. But we got a good plan today. Today is, by the way, August 13th. A lot of people say August 13th might be an unlucky day. No, 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 no. I'm going to show you why it's not today, okay? Show you why it's not. Hey, let me ask a couple questions before I get into it administrative. Did everybody see the postings I put in Futures First? Was that clear and understandable what I said to do? With your training, you should have been able to take advantage of it, okay? Depending on when you got up. Anyway, I wanted to cover. Anybody from Futures First in here? I made a posting. Did y'all see what I wrote? Tell me if you're in Futures First. I wrote some stuff there, and that's the way you can operate now with your training when these opportunities present themselves, okay? All right, let's get started. Let's get into it. Welcome to Train and Trade. Let me check my numbers. Well, Adam, another attaboy for Adam. You're doing a good job, Adam. Doing a good job. All right, dtitrader.com/telegram. He said, "You short crude, you're looking like a king." I told you it was coming, didn't I, Timothy? Risk involved in trade. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Okay. In my opinion, if you're not making money in the market, you're doing something wrong. If you're listening to me, you're doing something right. Not to be cocky, but I'm pretty confident I'm going to lead you to the money. We did it. They're typing in, Timothy's typing in, nice trade on crude oil, nice trade on MES. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In my opinion, we have an opportunity, and the opportunity is to take advantage of what we call the melt up stage of the market. You got to learn how to do it, though. This reminds me, Chuck, a lot. I'm just curious what you think. It reminds me, remember around the 96, 98 to up to about 2002? Remember what the market looked like during those 5 or 6 years?
Yeah, the tech buildup, the tech bubble, which quite frankly, up until 2000 was incredible, right? And the thing I learned from that time more than anything else, when the market's moving, you move with it. You can complain about, well, it shouldn't be like this, and there might be a reckoning later, but you trade what you see.
Trade what you see. Exactly. Exactly. You know? And yesterday, in my opinion, I said, I really like this Haynes. Did y'all hear me say that yesterday about that stock? Well, guess what? They bought it out overnight to the day. The stock didn't go much, but you made a little bit of money, but still. I said, man, somebody else liked it too. It got my attention. Haynes, HBI. In my opinion, we got it going on. Now, this is important. I'm going to ask this question and I'm going to say it. I'm going to be face to face. I got a class. Well, no, I got a one-on-one Monday and Tuesday, but I got a full class September 22nd, 23rd. Anybody here live in Florida? Let me ask that question first. Anybody live in Florida? Who's from Florida? Linda, whereabouts in Florida do you live? Type in the city, Stuart, Florida. How far is Stuart from Jacksonville, Linda? Allen's from Jupiter. How far is Jupiter? Palm City's not far. I know John's been up here a couple times. Oh, Panama City Beach. Port St. Lucie. You know my buddy Al? He lives in Port St. Lucie. Alan Collins. I hear you. Now, who would like to come to a class for 2 days? In that class, you're going to learn more than you're going to learn in a year. That's my promise. I can do it in 2 days. Ask Neil. Neil was skeptical. Ask Neil. Neil said, John says, I'll be there in September. John Toole will be there. You get me his great wife, Betsy. Get signed up for these classes. There's a special going on right now. If you sign up, by the way, just because it says futures, if I see something we can make some money in, I'm going to make money, right, Neil? I don't just limit myself to really, it's really focused on futures, but if I see something that makes some money, I'm going to make some money. So that's in September. October gives you a little bit more time. The 13th and 14th, October 13th and 14th, okay? And December the 8th and 9th is the future. Dan's got a question. Dan, wait till it goes back above 188.55 for the day, okay, Dan? That's the way you do it, all right? Anyway, that's in person. And the big bonus with futures, if you sign up for a year, you don't have to pay me the new price of $1,749 for a year online if you sign up for a year. And by the way, if you did sign up for a year and you want to double or whatever, you need to do it before Friday because I'm going to change the price Friday for the annual. It's too valuable. Now this is our advanced class here. August advanced. Not August advanced. This is our August FTD. I got it right here. Jonathan printed it off this morning. I got it right here. I'd like to print it off every time he updates it. Jonathan, it's updated, right?
This was updated at 9:55, so it's been over an hour. Let's do it again.
Okay. He's going to update it for everybody if anybody wants to get a copy of it. Has anybody ever asked why I don't charge for this sheet? I could charge a pretty penny for this, but I give it to people that want to learn and show them the power of what we put together. This is so valuable. Ask Jonathan. I don't trade without it. And we're making some additional worksheets we're putting together. It's going to make it even more valuable. So how do you read it, Jonathan? Tell them how to read it. Say if I was looking at AMD today, what would it tell me?
Say it's above its first 3 days from August and looking strong, pointing higher.
You'd be long, right, for the month?
Yep.
And where would you be wrong if you got long for the month?
That would be the other side of the first 3 days range, or in other words, about 166 or so.
Right. So if you'd got long on the breakout number, which happened today, you'd be up about $8 or $9, wouldn't you? With the trading at 186. See, your current price is wrong. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, we might have added so many tickers that
It's not doing the current.
it's, hang on a second. May not have saved properly. I got the last price on AMD 180.40. That's correct. It's pulled back here with the market.
No, it pulled back about 6 points. I'm glad we took profit. Give us another chance to get back in. Where should support be on AMD? if it's pulling back right now? Where would you look for support? Just off the top of your head, where would you look? About 178?
If you're asking me, 178 is the FTD high, and then below that's the month open, which is 170.
I'd use it at 178. If it pulled back there and you got a positive reference point, that'd be a good entry point this afternoon. That's AMD. Does everybody understand how you analyze the market? Tell me a yes if you understand it. Okay. That's AMD. All right, look down there. What is Apple? We got an Apple this week. Did y'all figure out I knew how to trade Apple after about 3 trades? I used to trade Apple just about every week. I hadn't been on Apple for about 1.5 years, 2 years, but I finally got back in. And it's been very lucrative. I'm glad I did. But Jonathan, how would you analyze, say, Amazon?
Let's look at Amazon. It is open the month at 117. First 3 days high, 220. I said 117, but 217. 220 first 3-day highs, 223 current price. Says long.
Yeah. MU. Look at MU. It's had a tremendous month, hasn't it?
Micron opened the month at 105. 110 was the first 3 days high. It's very strong. 14 points above its first 3 days high. Even a little pullback in the markets today.
All right, keep going down. Look at Meta. Goodness gracious, Meta. That's a horse, isn't it? We had some puts this month. We sold, I think it was 745 and 750 puts this month. Look at Meta, where how much it's come up. I played bullish put spreads, got paid there. I remember that. Buck said he just put some money in the bank for my crude oil short and futures first. Berkshire finally showed a bid, hasn't it? After 3 months, it's finally showing a bid. It's got to get above 485 to mean anything, but it is showing a bid. Better than 465, huh? That's Berkshire. Elan, what's Elan doing? That's a stock, that's a pet stock I put in the IRA. How's it doing? It's still very feasible going higher. Elan. Ethereum. This is a stock I added to I added the Ethereum in one of my IRAs. I'm building a position there, but this stock has impressed me. Ethereum. Okay. Did we go over Palantir? They're asking about Palantir.
Let me see where Palantir was on our list. Palantir.
Should be long, and you're long from 181, is it? No, long from 176.
176 is the first 3 days high. That's right.
Yep. Also have that YETH, get paid a dividend on that one. YETH.
And of course, that's the Ethereum based dividend payer, correct?
Right. I think that's going to go. I heard today somebody was calling for Ethereum to make it to 25,000. Carol said you can buy Palantir today on PLTY. It pays, what does it pay? She say $7 in dividend. If you buy today, you get paid on Friday on Palantir. Really? I got to look at that one. That'll be a short-term hold. PLTY. I got PLTW. Was it paid once a month on PLTY, Carol? And this happens to be the last week of when it pays or something? Okay. That's another idea. Okay. Thanks, Carol. You know, Neil, I want you to write this down. Stocks go up and down. You know, you got to get used to letting him breathe, my friend. Let him breathe. Palantir breathes a lot, I got to tell you. Okay. All right, that's a 25 tickers. Get it? Make sure. And Jonathan, if they have this and they hit their link, and you updated, there's an update, correct?
That's right. Power of technology these days. I don't work
And
that
we
way.
don't charge anything for that, folks. Julie asked, when do I buy AMD? What I would do, Julie, around 178, 179, but I'd want to make sure I was above the reference bar when it got there. I don't want to buy it, catch it if it's going to fall further. Okay. Anyway, that's important. Train and trade. The numbers are growing. Okay. And Monday through Friday, I promised I'd do it all month long. I'm honoring my promise. If y'all get some friends here and get me over a certain number, I'll do it in September. No promises, but I'll do it because I like doing it this time. All right, today's focus was turning Lucky 13 into a trading edge. 13 steps to make money. Let's see what we got here. 13 steps. Number one, learn the trading day starts with reference bar 1 at 6 to 6:30 in the evening. You got to know that if you're going to make money. You might get lucky, but you got to know how this market's put together. That's reference bar 1. And by the way, Jonathan, why don't you put the white papers in there for the new people where they can get it and read it. White paper is very valuable. Okay. That's the first step. Second step, learn to track what's happening in Europe following reference bar 2. Now see, in the first bar, we're talking about Asia. In the second bar, we're talking about Europe. The time to look is between 4:30 and 5. What time do I usually show on TNT in the morning? What time do I start posting in there in the morning? Yeah, after RB2, because then I've got a complete puzzle for what happened in Asia and Europe, and that helps me interpret exactly what's happening. David, you need to get down here if you live in Florida. Okay. All right. Learn the value of waking up early with reference bar X. This is for people that sleep in, as far as I'm concerned. 7 to 7:30 is the pre-market, and you got to be there to see the action. I don't know how you can show up at 9:30 and expect to make money. You got to do some homework before the market opens. That happens between 7 and 7:30. Then we get to the cash open, we call it reference bar 3. Today, reference bar 3 was showing us the market was going to pause. At the time, the S&P was 64.95. S&P 6480 right now. So at the time, it was saying, hey, we're going to pause. Everybody in my SPX saw it for themselves, didn't you? Okay. That was 9:30. Step number 4. Number 5, 4 out of 5 days, there's a pattern that we can interpret from the time once all the world's markets close. It's called Genesis from 11:30 to 12. Typically, 4 out of 5 days, the market's going to make a low or a high during this time frame during the day. If that doesn't help you, I don't know. That's pretty valuable stuff right there, called Genesis. If you're coming down into this hour, you have to expect this will be a low in this range, okay? And there's some advanced things you can do to figure out how to use it, okay? That's Genesis, all right? Number 6, be prepared after lunch trading to pick back up about reference bar 4. I call it lunchtime in America from 1:30 to 2. That's reference bar 4. Number 7, the closing bell trade, 3:30 to 4. That's reference bar 7. And that's how many reference bars you have in a 24-hour market right there. Learn what I've put together, folks. You'll be astounded about how much better you trade by learning that, okay? Hey, the roadmap software, which does everything for you, is using technology. I can't trade without the roadmap. People that know how to use it, we train on it all the time, will tell you they didn't know the value that we put inside that software. Been working on it for 20 plus years. Ask Chuck, what do you think about the roadmap software since you helped get us here? Tell him what your honest opinion about the roadmap software is as far as it concerns the market and trading.
I'd say one of the biggest things for me is that it organizes all the data in such a way that it's very easy to look at and see what's going on. That organization, that detail, and being able to look at several different aspects of the market. We got the ETR page, we got the charts, we got the 2-pass rule, we got anything you want, we can put into that roadmap software. It becomes very modular. But we can also just keep it simple to where you can see like the reference bars as they're developing. Each half hour, are we above or below the mini pivot? The ETR line to me is the most useful tool I've ever seen in trading.
Say that again, Chuck.
The ETR line, right? The ETR page, which is a part of the roadmap software, is the most useful tool I've ever seen in trading.
If you ever watch me trade, the way I can trade with my back to the market is with the ETR line. I can glance at that tape and figure out what is happening and carry on teaching and do that whole stuff. I agree with Chuck, 100%. It's one of the most useful tools inside the roadmap. It keeps up with it around the clock. And I got a big bonus coming. I've got a unit or one that I'm using right now. I'm gonna teach people from. That's pretty outstanding. The new feature I had Mike add. Mike's our programmer in Utah. Now, I don't know why anyone would try to trade without this. It's pretty valuable. That's step number 8. Now, one of the issues is getting on the right side of the market, long, short, or out, whether it's long-term or short-term. What I did, I worked with Tom Delage. We put together the MTI by DTI. We got numbers and we got lines on charts that you can look at, decide where you ought to be long or short, whether it's short-term or long-term in a quick. And the beautiful thing about it is you can do it like that. You just go through different tickers that come on your desk. MTI by DTI, one of the best features that you can get. But when you use them together with the roadmap, you become a powerful trader with those two tools. That's step number 9. Pivot numbers. Every day, I give a pivot number on the S&P 500, on the S&P futures. Why do I do that? I do it for free in T-Buzz TV. And the reason I do that is because that's how I judge that day whether it's going to be up or down. Today's pivot number was 64.75. Guess where the market is right now for the second half of the day? 64.75. Beautiful. Market at Genesis is trying to stop going down and go back up. So learn how it works. Got a white paper on that too inside those white papers about how to use the pivot number. That's step number 10. Triggering into a trade. I was asked earlier about when should I get in Palantir. That number that I posted was a trigger number inside TNT. Therefore, that's the number that I use to get into that day. So for example, let's say that I said, where am I going to get into a certain stock? I'm going to give you a place of entry. And that's what I'm doing by a trigger number. So you got to know how to do that, how to find it, but use mine until you learn how to do it. Mine are great, and they'll get you on the right side, okay? That's how the 10 tickers work, isn't it? Jeremy, I came up with the trigger number because I found out logistically, if I'm not in front of you, you were getting penalized. For example, if I sent out a trade right now in one of my services, I want to be long Elan, right? Elan. I want to be long. If I was going to put a new position on, I would have a pivot number where you could take that pivot number and say, hey, this is what I need to get long on that stock. See how that works? And it doesn't, what it does, it separates the time delay from when we come up with the idea and you get it as a service subscriber. All you have to do is look for that pivot number and it will set up anything I talk about, okay? That's step number 11. How do I set targets for short-term options? I use a percentage, somewhere between 20 and 30%, okay? Somewhere between that, that's my target on an option. So if I buy an option for $1, where's my target going to be on $1 option I pay for? I keep it simple. Where's my option target going to be if I pay $1? Mathematically, where would it be? What's 20% of $1? Yeah, $1.20, 25 is where my target's going to be. You can expect it. That's why my accuracy rate's so good, because I go on and pre-program into everything I do. I'm setting targets with that 20% option rule. And that's step 12. Is this helping everybody organize their mind how to make money? Well, number 13, always know where you're wrong. No matter how solid you own something, stock-wise, know where you're wrong. I call that the all bets off number. Sometimes it's a 5-day low. Sometimes it's a Monday low. What I'm trying to do is everything I do with you publicly, everything has been tested in the market. And if you want to be successful in the market, you got to learn what I do. That's what I do. The 13 steps, August 13th. I know y'all didn't know what to expect. This is my 13 steps, making August 13th a lucky number for you. Now you're going to remember. Go through those steps. Go through the white paper. All that is totally free for you to learn, because if you're educated, guess who's going to look good? If I educate you about how to make money with options, guess who's going to look good? the DTI team's going to look good if you got nothing but success. The postings you put in there, the money you make makes us feel like we did our job. Okay. And therefore, follow what we're teaching you. Forget what Wall Street or what people are using or saying. Follow this DTI approach. You'll make money if you learn it. You got to ask yourself this question. How come Tom and DTI have students that have been with me 20 plus years? Why do you think that? Now, Robin, here's how I'd answer your question. Here's the question. If my option reaches the all bets off number, do I turn it in a spread, wait for 72 hours, and just get out because it hit AP up? There's a complicated question, Robin, but let's say that if you have an option that's not going your way, look at your reference bar, okay? That will tell you when to take action. If you don't take action, worst case, get out in 72 hours. Got to get out in 72 hours for options you get eaten alive. And I'm talking about directional type plays, okay? These are the 13 pieces that make August 13th a great day. Jonathan, you sort of surprised? You were a little shocked when I used that. How do you make August 13th lucky, wasn't you, when I came up with this?
Well, I didn't know where you're going with it. So, yeah, that's great. That's great.
You saw what they said. Everybody's loving it. Okay. All right. What's next? Let's look at some of my key programs. Type in this room if you've got the program I'm talking about. Okay. Let's go. Let's run through it. Sunrise signal. Who has the sunrise signal? Tell me if you got the sunrise. Type no if you don't have it. Okay. That's the sunrise signal. What's the importance of this signal? The importance of this signal, it happens during the cash market at 10 minutes after 10. Okay? 10 minutes after 10. That's when it happens. Pretty good. Who has my oldest program since I started doing this? It's called T-Buzz All-Star. Who's a T-Buzz All-Star? Type no if you don't. This is a weekly trade I put on every week at 10:45. Been very few days I missed putting the trade on during T-Buzz All-Stars. So if you like making money on Tuesday, this is a way to do it. Glenn, I'm surprised you don't have that one. Okay. Every Tuesday, 10:45, set your clock by it. It's like going to the bank, isn't it? Those people in there. Now, how many people want to be successful with options? This program applies to a lot of people, okay? Now think about this. Tuesday power play. Jonathan, we had Tuesday power plays yesterday. How'd those trades do? Tell them just about yesterday. This program will teach you. Who wants to, let me ask this question before you do that. Who wants to be a great option trader? I'm talking about a great, not a good one. Who wants to be a great option trader? If you want to be a great option trader, be in Tuesday power play. Now, Jonathan, tell them what we did yesterday.
Well, 3 of the 5 stocks triggered. All 3 of those hit target in the same day.
Okay, so I had 3 stocks that triggered, correct? Okay, meaning we got in 3 stocks out of the 5 yesterday, correct? And they all made money.
That is correct.
And they learned about how to set up a trade for the week on Tuesday.
Yep.
And Tuesday Power Play. What a heck of a program right there. I love it. And this week was an example. Typically, when I have two big reports, like CPI and PPI the same week, I will lay off because of those reports. It's only a 3-day trade, right? But this week I figured out that if CPI was good on Tuesday, PPI, which is coming Thursday, will have probably the same effect. We got that tomorrow morning at 8:30, but we're already out for the week. Power's going on vacation the next Tuesday. That's the Power program, okay? Oh, this is my favorite here, one of my favorites. They're all favorites because they're making a fortune money. Jonathan, this is the Weekend Profits Club. Who has the Weekend Profits Club and who doesn't have the weekend? The strategy here is to go from one week to the next using options, tax preferred options. Who has this one? Who doesn't have the Weekend Profits Club? The accuracy rate on this one's off the charts. Off the charts. That's the Weekend Profits Club. It's fantastic. I love doing it. We put it on starting Thursday or Friday when it sets up. Sometimes they hit the next day. Sometimes they go a few days. But I changed the strategy for this one, and I got a heck of a strategy now. Jonathan, if you compare this strategy with the first strategy, which was a good one, this was off the charts, isn't it? If you look at the results.
Yeah, the results have been fantastic. They really have.
Yeah, just outstanding. That's the Weekend Profits Club. One ticker. Now, this is one that I decided to focus on the QQQ. By the way, I traded quite a bit, right? And Jonathan, I don't know how many in a row we had, but we had a bunch. You remember?
Tommy, you had over 20. Over 20.
Over 20 successful trades with one ticker. This program is the one ticker program. Is solid. It's going to make you money. Okay? That's the one ticker program. Now, again, here's one of the tools. The 1 year subscription is $9.97. $9.97. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details why. It's just that the roadmap is a necessary tool. Kevin here. Kevin, if you will, share with them how good you're doing using this tool, because you're always posting what you did. Do that for me in dollars or something if you can. Let them see the value of this for 1 week in your life. Just take last week. I don't know where you made money or lost money. Just post it, whatever it is, let them see it, and they'll understand when you say it's amazing. Okay? He's averaging $5,000 a week. And we're giving you it for a year for $9.97. I think that's pretty good. Way to go, Kevin. Thanks for the promotional push there. I appreciate it. Okay. Now, MTI by DTI. It's a lifetime subscription. Lifetime subscription. Using it hand in hand, MTI by DTI with the roadmap. You know what? Hey, how many people listen to anybody that sort of comes across like they know what's going into the market? I'm just going to ask that question. How many people listen to people saying they know stuff about the market? Right? Some do and some don't, right? I had one lady that was listening to CNBC. She did 100 trades off CNBC, 98 of them were losers. If you'll learn, say if I give you, okay, if I give you a ticker, you plug it into MTI by DTI, above the white lines, then you go to the roadmap, get the setup, looking at the reference bars, you're ready to go. But if it's bearish, don't take it. It's a clear picture, as Glenn said, of his trades. MPI. Thanks for saying that, Glenn. Okay. Pretty good. Lifetime subscription. Moonlight Trading Club, $12.97, 1 year subscription. This strategy here is to take advantage of certain news-related events after the fact. And I will use strategies to do well, okay? Wow, look what Mark just said. That's nice what Mark just said. Moonlight Trading Club, $12.97 for 1 year subscription. Moonlight. This is a power. Now, Jonathan, what do you like about Afterburner Alerts?
No, a lot of people prefer to trade on more of a monthly basis, so that's what this program is for. It's based on the FTD process and MTI. A great
Well, how's it done?
Tom, we come up with our top stocks for the month. We mark the first 3 days high and low, and then we choose the stocks that get above the first 3 days high. We have a conversation about the stocks that do that, and if we liked it enough, we buy an option or an option spread for the month.
Do we have an example of a success story, a stock we could talk about, just to give them a clue?
I'll just look at last month's. Last month's trade on NVIDIA paid up to 66%.
Oh, stop the presses. Stop the presses. Are you saying that I went for more than 20% and we made 66% off NVIDIA?
That's right. Trade before
This is
that.
a longer term, a little slower. This is your old Model T approach. If you remember me trading the Fed Live, I had the Corvette style and the Model T. This is where you get some big, nice, with high accuracy, I might add. I'm not 50-50. I got high accuracy. Afterburner Alerts. Perfect.
Yep. And the trade before that, we hit our final leg hit 108% profit.
108%. That was in 1 month. Okay. 160%. I could take some of that. That's a good trade. Way to go. Now here's the talk and trade. Everybody's raving about the talk and trade. $200 a month, cancel anytime, $2,400 is going to cost you in a year to get in. But if you lose money in talk and trade, then I'll have a conversation with you. You're not taking the trade. This is the most accurate, the most money that I can give you directly without being side by side. $200 a month. Now, who here is not a member of Talk and Trade? Who is a member of Talk and Trade? Just type yes or no as it goes by. Talk and Trade. Bunch of yeses. There's a no or two. There's some no's here. TQQ, that pays for it, right, Kevin? There you go. Glenn calls it his profit alarm clock. Carol says, I get up in California early because of it. Okay. Well, I think most people are already members, but if you're not a member, get signed up for the monthly. It's pretty good stuff. David says it's a great research room, 24 hours. Go there anytime. And with what I teach, you can use that information, make some money. Yep. It's great. Talking to 25-cent trader, $9.97 for 1 year. We're going to put a 25-cent trade on this afternoon. I can tell you it's coming. I've changed the strategy a little bit, but today will be the first attempt. I've done it myself now for about a month. I wanted to go for some bigger payouts here with 25-cent trader. So I got that coming this afternoon. Expect to get a trade this afternoon. That's around $15,000 if you buy all those programs for 1 year. $15,000. Okay, not including the special, classes I have or anything like that, online stuff that you're able to attend. but 15,000. So I think I got Kelly Barber here. I've got Karina here and Jeffrey Andracker, I hope's here. Here's what we're going to do. Who would like to make a deal today and get into the Gold membership? I'm going to tell you how it's going to work. Gold would give you access to all that and anything else new I come up with. Gold lasts for a year. Okay. Who would like to hear a real special on Gold? Even the existing Gold members, I'm going to limit to today only. Okay. But you can take this deal also. Okay. Existing Gold and Gold members. Who wants to hear the deal that I've come up with? You're going to love it. Yes, no, nobody wants it. No one wants to get all this stuff. Okay, well, here it is. Up to whatever you spend, whether it's $1,000, $2,500, limited at $2,500. If you put your name and email in here, okay? Name and email in here and phone number, okay? Name, email, and phone number. I'll have Kelly, Karina, or Jeffrey give you one deal. I'm gonna limit it to 5 people total. So, and that includes the people's already Gold that want to upgrade to this next year price, okay? Everybody got it? So put your name and email in here. And their email, post their email if I just want to contact them directly. But the Gold membership brings a lot of stuff, okay, to you. For example, let's just say that I announce a class that you don't have. Maybe 3 or 4 new classes online a year. I do. That's $2,000 right there. Have you thought about that? Oh, Neil's going to get an extra year cheap. That Neil knows the bargain when he hears it. All right, we got 2 of the 5 up here. Let's do the rest. Come on, Gwen. Okay. I'm looking for 3 to 5 people. And yes, the current goals could go another year. Okay. Now, Robin, you see the difference? If I do a class, that would be included. I need one more that fills the 5 that we're going to take it. And then it's 11:53. Would y'all like to make some money today? Way to go, Laura. Laura said, I just took one of them. Thank you, Laura. All right, that should do it. We filled up, I think. So y'all want to make some money today? Let me ask you, y'all got to convince me to give you a trade because I got a bunch I can give you. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I'd really like everybody to make some money for listening to me solid for an hour. Rick says, I'm taking one of those slots. I'm jumping ahead of everybody else. I'm not waiting on them to call me. I like that. Never wait. Okay. So any other questions about the value of gold? Okay. All right. I got one stock. Now, keep in mind, oh, if you come to Sawgrass next year, either online or in person, you don't have to pay it. Did you know that? if you're a gold member. You don't have to pay next year to come to Sawgrass. All right. Why don't you stop the recording? Okay. Why don't you stop the record? This does exclude my future stuff. I can't give that away. Okay. Oh, we got more slides. Let's keep going. Okay? You get tomorrow's SPX SSP masterclass I'm doing tomorrow. You get access to that without paying. The 14th and 21st. I got something on the 21st. I'm trying to think. I committed yesterday to 21st. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Never mind. I'm good. I got to take my car in. That's what it was. Adam keeps me straight. Kelly keeps me straight. Okay. Any other slides? I've got a masterclass series I'm going to teach with SPX XSP, zero dated options. And I'm going to show you what will work and what won't. I'll have a strategy that you'll take away from that master class, how to size it, and timing trades using reference bars. The whole thing, Thursday, August 14th, from 9 to 10. Really going to go from 9 to 10:15, okay, on that day. All right, that's the overview. '21st, we'll come back, recap some of the key setups I'll teach you. I just gave you one this morning if you were there. I got about 10. Setting the all bets off level, timing the trades with the reference bars, the step-to-step trade walkthrough. Okay. How much are we going to charge for it? Who's this masterclass for? Active traders that want to trade it. Anyone curious about zero dated options? Let's just call it the truth about it and the myth about it. You know, you can't do zero day options with the QQQ or the SPY. If you do, you're subject to the broker taking you out. That's a dangerous position to be in. We're only going to charge $199 for those two classes. Okay. August 14th and 21st. Okay. All right. What's next? Is that it?
Yeah, Tom, that's end of the slides, I believe.
Did Karina, Jeffrey, and Kelly get the people that want to go? Those names and numbers. Say yay. I'll move on.
Yeah, they're all here. Sure are.
Okay. Make it happen. Neil's going to call Kelly directly. He ain't going to wait in line. All right, let's do this if we can. Can we do this? Adam, can you restream this after I finish? Got Laura and Neil, they're both for that class. You see they signed up. Yep. Kevin signing up. Way to go, Kevin. Kelly, or not Kelly, could Adam stream this whole thing? Is it recorded? He could stream it when I finish? Because we had a lot of people that showed up late.
Well, we are live on the YouTube. I'll have to try to cut the YouTube stream. Actually, hang on. Let me see if Adam's available here.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice to replay what I did. I think everything I covered, they love, and I think it'd make everybody a happy camper.
Yeah, if we can get Adam to cut the YouTube stream, and we'll be good here. I'll figure it out, Tom.
All right, perfect. All right, let's go to a live market. Let's go to a live market.